Are you tired of encountering or experiencing racism, xenophobia, segregation, separation, bullying, nationalism, white supremacy, whatever? Are you tired of this bullshit? Because I am, and I think life would be so much better if we kept one and stopped this nonsense. Hello guys, and warmly welcome back to my channel. My name is Aina, the only Pearl, and I am here to make videos that make you pause and think, and I am here to shift you and heal you and help the humanity. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and share my videos so more people can be reached and helped and transformed. And Merry Christmas everyone. Today I'm filming this is 23rd of December. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve and it's the main day for us Nordic people. We celebrate 24th. That is the biggest day, and some countries it's 25th. But anyways, Merry Christmas for everyone who is joining, and I wish you happy holidays. Okay, let's go straight into the topic of this video. As many of you all probably have seen already, there has been a recent racism scandal in social media where our ex-Miss Finland was caught stretching her eyes in a picture, and that picture had the caption, eating with a Chinese person. That then got leaked all over the internet, but this got even more messy when, embarrassingly so, our politicians decided to join the trend and upload the pictures of themselves doing the same gesture with their eyes, apparently to mock Asian eyes. And they stirred a lot of discussion, especially about the racism towards Asian people. And even though I'm not behind this, and most of us Finnish people are very ashamed and sorry for this whole fiasco, I want to say that as a Finn, I am deeply sorry for my country's actions, and I'm against any sort of racism and behavior like this. But as I always say, there's always a flip side to everything, and thanks to this scandal and that this taboo is finally coming on the surface, I got inspired to make this video. I've actually wanted to make this type of video all my life because I always carried this perspective inside me, but many other people didn't seem to at least express it. So I think this video is very needed, and this perspective needs to be heard. Because if society understood how much better it would work as a community, as a cooperating, loving organization, where there wouldn't be this obsession with individualism and separating people by their looks, by their race, by their countries, whatever, we would shift into a reality where people would be so much happier, so much healthier, and so much more conscious and spiritually developed. But because somewhere along the line, someone decided that we have to go against the very thing that works the best for humanity, aka working in a community where there's no separation. We now live in a society filled with racism, xenophobia, individualism and other social constructions that aren't based on anything else except fear, despair, and darkness. First, I want to touch on something that racist people especially do not seem to understand, which is crazy to me. Because if you spend so much time with this topic, you will have to, or I would think you would somewhere along the line understand this. Because do you guys understand why people on different sides of Earth, or not even that, just people in different countries look different? Because human evolution is very wise. It doesn't consider which skin color is the highest ranking in a capitalistic society, which lip size or eye shape is considered the most beautiful. No. The only thing it thinks about is how can I evolve these humans the most convenient for this particular environment that they are trying to live in. This is exactly why Asians have epicantic folds, why their eyes are the shape they are. Because in Asia there have always been very strong winds, and the eyes need to be protected from the wind. So evolution shaped their eyes so that their eyes would be as well protected from the wind as possible, and those eyes were the best for their survival there. Or why do we white people have such thin lips? Well, because most of us white people live in very cold climates, myself included, and thinner lips give out less heat. It keeps us warm better if we have thinner lips. Or why are African people dark-skinned? Because the darker the skin is, the better it can take sunlight. That's why if people like me go to Africa, we burn like crazy, we look like tomatoes. Our human race develops itself and adapts by making us look different depending on where in the earth we live in. So I want to ask you guys, why exactly are you racists? What exactly are you mad about? So you're telling me that what you're mad for is that evolution decided to do its job and nature decided to do what it needs to do in order to protect the human race. I'm sorry, but racism is the most low IQ activity I have ever known. Because none of you all's arguments make sense. It doesn't make sense that you think a certain skin color is superior. Because since when has it been superior? Who decided that? Who told you that? What makes you think that way? You cannot even give arguments for your opinions. And if you can, they are based on someone else's opinions. So you're just saying something that is trendy, something that someone else thinks, but it isn't even based on anything that makes sense, anything rational. Because this is rational for me. And it isn't rational when you say that white people, for example, are superior. How are we superior? If we go to Africa, are we superior? Is our skin color better there? Does it take the sun good? Is it supposed to protect you there? No, so why is it better? It's just different. Skin colors, ethnicities, races are different. But isn't that beautiful? Why is one better and the others are worse? Where does this come from? Can you even back up your arguments? And do they make any sense, or is it just an opinion? I don't understand. The only arguments I've heard these white supremacists use is that they were white people who colonized continents and made the civilization the capitalistic society. But does this society benefit us? Has this society succeeded in making people connected, working from the heart space, happy, healthy, thriving? I think not so much as you think. So think again. And since when has it been a good thing to colonize continents, countries, to destroy human culture because you in your small mind think that yours is better? But better doesn't exist. There are only opinions. Different exists. But you cannot argument for better, for something being better, because everything is about perspective, opinions. So better doesn't exist. So let me tell you, no one in this earth is better than the other. They're just different. Because it does not exist, how can you argument for its existence? Because people have different opinions. It's all about perspectives. Better does not exist, so stop. And then come these nationalists. Those people talking about how my country is only for my people. Sweden's for Swedish people. Finland for Finnish people. America for Americans. Can I ask you a question? Do you, according to the creator of this earth, own this particular piece of this earth that is called the name of your country? And since when was it illegal for people to move around the globe? Well, I can very well tell you that humanity didn't stay in one place ever. They didn't draw some random lines on a map and say, this piece of earth is only for us. No. Humanity has always moved around and explored the earth as it should. Just like your ancestors. Because I'm sorry to tell you this, you little racists, but humanity started in Africa. So all your ancestors, all of us were once Africans. We were dark-skinned, we were black. Life started in Africa. So why are we thinking we're any better than them when they were the OG ones? They were the ones who started life on Earth. How can you in your small mind think that you as a white person are any better? You came after them. This whole idea of nationalism and xenophobia and illegal immigrants is just pure insanity, caused by obsolete systems that some of you all blindly worship and accommodate and believe in. You believe in a society where a piece of paper is more important than a human's life. You believe in a society that doesn't bother to observe these systems from any deeper. You cannot see that maybe this isn't the most rational construction that we could live in. Why were borders and countries made? To control people, to reign, to separate people. And what did they cause? So many wars, suffering, famines, conflicts. So yeah, cheers for your lunatic beliefs. So what if we as a humanity finally woke up to the fact that we are all one, we're all equal, and what if instead of separating each other more and more by these stupid rules and imaginatory hierarchies, we chose to actively unroot these nasty beliefs from the society, like racism, xenophobia, arbitrary lines and hierarchies. These things doesn't exist. These things do not exist. They're imaginatory, they're arbitrary, and at the end of the day, they make no sense. This is an evil construction, and we could break free. We could teach our kids that everyone here is equal. We could teach them manners, morals, acceptance, to see the beauty in difference, to see the beauty on this earth that we're constantly trying to diminish and make each other blind of. What if we tried to keep one instead of amplifying separation? Because even trees, in their subterranean root system, work together. They work as a community. So when one tree is not doing so well, another tree helps that tree through the root system. So why don't we connect from all around the world, everyone, any skin color, any ethnicity, and try to cooperate and shift our common consciousness so that these stupid, no sense making constructions wouldn't spread any more darkness. Because this is very painful. So many people deal with racism and xenophobia and feeling inferior. But for what? For these stupid beliefs that don't even exist. So if the trees work as a community like that, why have we, as humans, separated and alienated from our natural state, our nature, this much? Why are we living like this? I'm telling you, majority of people aren't even happy living like this in these systems that constantly keep us small and separated. What if instead of suffering alone, we loved each other like the trees do? Imagine how much healthier, happier, and peaceful we would all be.